Well, today we have food for thoughts about buying pets from pet shops, a topic that can be very controversial. Countries in Europe, countries in the US, many Western countries have actually very strict laws about selling puppies and kittens, mainly live animals, live companion animals in shops. Well, who needs strict laws, and why do they have strict laws? Why do some countries just only allow rescued animals to be on display and for sale after viewing the potential buyer? Why do countries do that? In Malaysia, pet shops do booming business with selling puppies and kittens, so shouldn't we all be happy? It's obviously a business line that's doing very well. Well, let's think about it a bit more close, and I'll give you food for thought, as I mentioned. When you consider buying a pet from a pet shop, be it a puppy or a kitten, even a rabbit or a bird and a reptile, but we talk here mainly about dogs and cats, think about where the puppy comes from and the kitten comes from. Now normally we think like, oh, this will be just some unlucky or lucky person who had a pregnant mother and the mother gave birth, and now the puppies and the kittens need to find a new home. Unluckily, it's normally not like this. 99% of times it's not like that. Where the mothers and the fathers of these puppies and kittens are kept? In cages. They are actually imprisoned for life. For a crime? No one knows. No one has committed a crime of these puppies and of these dogs and of cats. Well, they're caged for life. These cages are stacked up on each other. These cages usually don't have proper lining, so the urine and the feces drops from one to the next one. The dogs and the cats are never taken really out of this, except for breeding, for mating. And when they are taken out, they're full of bowel movement, feces, and full of urine. Cats try to keep themselves clean desperately. Dogs usually stand no chance. Many of the dogs are full of parasites, be it fleas, be it ticks. They are anemic. There is no medical attention. Not really, because medical attention would cost money. We go into this a bit later. They have just enough food to survive. The food is of a very cheap brand, and it's pretty much the only thing that brings a bit of color in their lives, which is a poor thing because the food is of low quality. And of course they have no emotional care. Many shops or rather many breeders, so to speak, I would like to call it multipliers, have not only one breed, but just in dogs they can go up to 12, 15 breeds that they keep at the same time. And of course, at the end of the day, where the puppies and kittens come from breeding, cat mothers, dog mothers are forced to breed until they can't take it, until they don't get pregnant anymore. What happens then to them? Well, usually they get chucked out. But a bit more to that a little bit later. Now the first question was, where do they come from? Now this is a bit of a sad story, where do they come from? And this is not what I make up, and I'm not an enemy of pet shops, but I want you to know the truth. This is quite a sad story where your cute puppies or cute kittens, mother and father live in confinement under very, very inhumane conditions. Number 2, are you prepared to deal with and spend on pet shop, puppy or kitten health issues that will pretty much guaranteed come up at a future time? Why would I dare to say that? Because out of the breeding, which is really actually more multiplying, there is no concern from the original owner about health issues in puppies and kittens. So these breeders, these multipliers, do not care whether you will receive a healthy puppy or a healthy kitten. We have many genetic problems and many problems that are based on genetic problems, which you have to deal with as a responsible owner. Okay, then the number 3 point would be guarantee of return. Isn't that a good thing? Well, we can give the puppy or the kitten back if it's not healthy. Honestly, will you really do that? You find a puppy, a kitten, you buy it, you bring it home. It's the joy of your first few days until it gets sick, and then you return it. Well, maybe you can do it, let's put it this way. Maybe you even have this in your selling contract. Okay, Buddha is leaving, doesn't want to listen to this anymore. But at the end of the day, you might not want to return your puppy or kitten. But if you do, let's assume you do. You say, okay, it's a sick puppy, sick kitten, I want this, I want a healthy one. Be prepared. The pet shop is in it for the money. Pet shops probably will start to argue with you. Pet shops probably will give you 50% of your money back, 50%. Pet shops will probably insist that you take instead another puppy or kitten. And what will happen to the one that is returned, the puppy or kitten? Well, there are two options. It is either chucked out or it is euthanized. Being treated and find a loving home, would you really think so? Is that a viable option for a business that wants to make money out of live puppies and kittens? No. Treatment would be necessary under a veterinary supervision. Costs money. Medicines cost money. So this is not an option. So the puppy or the kitten will not survive that you return it. Okay, so number 4, behavioral problems. Okay, a puppy and a kitten raised in a loving home will learn early on from mother, with siblings, how to use a toilet, where to go to toilet, how to relate to people, how to relate to other cats, other dogs, other people in the family. What will a dog or a cat learn has been separated at a very early age from the mother? Nothing. The puppy the kitten, same thing, will pine for the mother. It will start to do will start to comfort itself in ways that you might not want to do it. It might start eating its own poop. It might not know where to poo and pee. It will be probably quite hard to toilet train such a puppy or a kitten. Yeah? And many other emotional problems you might have to deal with, which do not crop up if they are left until week 10 with their respective mothers, because that's where they learn from most. So these are a few of the points. Well, and this leads us to, do you usually support unethical business practices? Are you one of those pet lovers who may buy from a pet shop only because the animal looks so pathetic and so sorry for you? Well, I feel with you. I have similar issues. But sadly, your compassion is one of the things that an unethical business is banking on. Your sadness is your compassion is actually one of the points an unethical business is banking on, that you spend your money on, not exactly knowing what you're getting yourself into. An animal means responsibility, not just pity. An animal, any given cat or dog, might end up being 10 or more years in your care. So just having pity for an animal is not the right reason to purchase an animal, actually a pet. In the pet shop, this is one of the major causes why they make such good businesses, right? Do you like being tricked? Well, good question, right? There is no credible information out there about your pet's parents, about the genetics of your pet. Well, do you usually feel right when you are tricked? When you buy a product, we call it product here, just for the sake of it, and then it ends up looking totally different from what you expected, that a Doberman all of a sudden has longer or shorter legs, that a golden retriever resembles everything but a golden retriever. Well, this is an unethical business, and you support it by frequenting it and taking out of compassion and pitying the animal, giving them business, paying them money. And at the end of the day, it's also supporting those businesses who are out there to make a quick buck. Because don't forget, your pitiful animal might have been rescued by you. Your puppy, your kitten got a good home. That's very commendable. But for the business, it's just another reason to fill this empty space with another puppy from a puppy mill. From a place where there is not really a breeder at work, but rather a multiplier who has just money in his or her mind, at the end of the day. So do not be surprised if the animal doesn't look at all like what you were expecting. Certificates can be falsified. Any pedigree can be falsified and will be, because at the end of the day it's all about money. And you are there to be fleeced. So at the end of the day, think about who needs you and who deserves you more. Who needs you more? Definitely shelters and rescuers. Yes, these puppies might not come with a fake certificate, but also not with the load of problems that many of the pedigree pets from a pet shop come with. Definitely their genetic makeup is questionable, yes, but again, your pedigree pet might also have questionable genetic makeup, and at best it might be a purebred, at worst it might be a purebred which has a lot of baggage coming along with it. Think also who deserves you. A reputable breeder is putting a lot of effort into producing with his cat, his mother cat and father cat, or mother dog and father dog, a good litter. A good litter not only that looks like what a purebred should be looking like, but also genetically a healthy one. And they are raising them properly within family, with other cats, with other dogs, so that you don't have problems when you take an animal home with you. So think about it twice. Are you comfortable supporting pet selling business practices? As I mentioned, I'm not making them up, unfortunately. They are the truth, and this is the truth behind what you see in a pet shop, where this cute little puppy, this cute little kitten is vying for you, taking it home. So think about it twice. Rescuing this one animal by buying it is actually supporting all the bad practices that lead to this puppy and kitten being on earth without having asked for it. Thank you very much.